Uh, right. Hi, everyone. Just give me a second. Um, just, yeah, give me a second. I'm just double checking to make sure we have everything we need. Ba-dum-bum. Bum, bum, bum. Yes, yes, new studio. um, we will figure out how this is going to work. Hopefully, it looks good. Looks all good. Got to check the audio. Yeah, I can hear myself talking. I think the only problem is we're probably not going to have the best light. Um, but that's something that I can figure out later. Um, let's have a look. How's the audio? I think the audio looks all right. Yeah, cool. Perfect. Okay. Audio's all good. Okay, righto, light is fine. You want a bit more light on my face though, Robro? I'll just look a little bit better. But that's okay. We can deal with a few little bits and pieces here. Teething. Yeah, this is rental property. Yeah, new renovation project. It's going to be good. Um, Plenty going on. Okay, but we're not going to slow down on the indoor stuff. Okay. So yes, today I will. I think it's big enough. Keep it on the side. Yeah, we'll. Yeah, nah. First day in the new place. We've teething issues. The only thing we should be okay with the internet, right? We've got fibre here, but I just, you know how things work. Everyone knows how things work. So if we do have any issues, here's our workout. Okay, so we'll go through it today. Why we're doing it, what we're trying to achieve. Okay, remember the normal things that we're always looking at. With the power strokes today, what I want to do is we're not going to go up high in any rate. Okay, we're keeping it pretty sedentary. Is that probably the word? But we've got a good amount of time. Okay, so what we're trying to do is when we're under the duress or we've got that pressure with our body, we've really got to make sure that we are holding our form, okay, and our composure. The reason being that as we get worn down, we're going to start getting back into some bad habits, old things that we're trying to get rid of, and because we're wearing ourselves down with the natural fatigue that's going to pull down our muscles, and we're going to be like, oh man, I'm wearing myself out, that type of thing. We've really got to hold our composure in what we're doing, okay, and hence why 5 minutes, we're only 22, 24. We make a couple of changes. Okay, so the first one, when we go up, we'll just go up two numbers, bang. Then we'll go up another one, keeping the same rate. Okay. 22 just allows us to have a little bit more freedom, because what happens obviously with that power strokes is that as we're coming back to the front, the air is escaping relatively quicker than it would be if we had the drag a little bit lower. And hence why if we just keep that moving just a little bit more, it allows for a little bit more freedom. Okay. So we don't get to this position where we're like, we've got a little bit more time with that extra speed to just try and stay on top of it a little bit. Okay. But going back to the focus that we've been doing prior around this movement and everything, especially when we get to the power strokes, and I've said it quite a bit lately, is that when we're on this drive and we're pushing, we don't want to be like and fully tensing ourselves on this drive. We need to make sure that we're hanging. Okay, we've got good composure, we've got good structure in our body, and as we're pressing back, we've still got that clarity around our body, right? So we can take like that, that breath in on the stroke. Okay, if we're tensing ourselves so much that we're like to do this, we've got to look at why. Okay, why are we tensing to that degree? Is it just I'm tense up here in my shoulders? Am I trying to grip it too hard? Or am I really trying to like use the body and the core too much? Right now, there is a distinct difference between having that hang posture right through here, which is transferring right from these arms. Okay, remember that, those connection points, that seat and the feet. And so as we're pressing back this way, right through here, trying to keep the relationship here, that we should just be able to push and use the tension here, right, through the legs, through the quads, through the glutes, that part there, to really allow ourselves to push back through that stroke. Okay. So those are the parts that are going to be under pressure. Okay. We shouldn't have that under pressureness up through here, right? Up through here. We've got to have core stability as we hold ourselves, because otherwise we'll be like, and we do that. So we do have that core and that back stability, but we've got to remember that it's that elastic stability. Okay, it's that ability to really like hang it out here, and then as we're pushing through, we can feel that hang, we can feel that body holding, so that we're allowing ourselves to pivot through those hips and swing back. Okay, and that's what we'll be doing today, and we're just increasing that pressure. Now, the one thing with power strokes, which I'm a big fan of, is the fact that we're building strength in this rowing posture. Okay. And that is something that I feel like I feel like people don't do enough of. Okay. Because we can sit there and we can be doing squats, we're sitting there bench pressing, we're sitting there shoulder pressing, all of that sort of stuff. But do we put ourselves under, I guess, enough physical pressure and weight in the stroke that we're trying to achieve? Right now, we know that we can clean, pushing this. Now, vertical motion, same, very, very similar muscle momentums and movements. But of course, this is different because we have that stroke. The stroke slightly, we're really trying to make sure we've got that hang and stuff as we're doing it. So those are the keys. And that's why I think power strokes are a very, very good asset, okay, for you to have in your arsenal, so that you can take that away and be able to use it and say, look, yeah, this is great. This is what I'm going to do. Awesome. Perfect. Bob's your uncle, mate. We're good. Okay. And hence why, if you incorporate power strokes, geez, even if you're working on a phase, I'd almost be doing them once a week. Okay. And they don't need to be long ones. They could be shorter, whatever. Or, as I've said before, if you did, we could, and at one stage we will, you do like 3 10-minute pieces, just a 30-minute row or a 40-minute row, whatever, and it's just 10 minutes at that, with that extra pressure. Okay. And you'll feel it, right? You'll feel it at the end of it. You'll be like, that's pretty bad. But you're working those muscles in that motion, in that shape, which brings the fatigue in, right? And it's done under that, not the fatigue from like super working too hard, or trying to lift the rates and sprint and all that sort of thing. It's really just working that technique. Okay. And that's what we're trying to achieve today, is if we can hold that technique while we increase this resistance in those 3 checkpoints, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we'll really be able to hold ourselves and just start to get those muscles working in that hang position. Because if we hold that hang position, we really stay here in this ability here to feel these 3 points. Okay, as we drive back, as the pressure increases there, we just have to think about that extra additional pressure on the push. Okay, that push and the combination through that posture to really feel this. Okay. And if we're holding this hang when we start getting up quite high, remembering that we will have a bit more resistance from this part of the stroke. Okay. Once that body's coming through and we're right towards the back, and the arms are like, yeah, I've got to come through, we will feel that extra sort of draw, right? Normally, if we're just doing it, we can feel it come through. We feel that acceleration of the handle, and we're just like, yeah, righto, let's start the next one. Okay. But we'll feel that extra stuff today. Okay. Right. Enough chit chat. We're out of here. Out of here like a board man. All right. So let's just warm up. Obviously, that first set that we're going to do is at that 20 rating anyway. So let's just make sure that we're elastic enough to start. Okay. Feeling these connection points now. Feeling the motion. Okay. One of the one of the things to remember as we start off is to feel this pivot and this motion of the body coming forward from the back. Okay, as we start off and we're quite, I guess, stiff, not as loose as we'd like to be, you know, we do tend to probably not have the body coming forward enough before we travel. Okay, and that's okay, right? And that's fine for the warm up. And this is what a warm up's about. Because it's like, okay, let me over exaggerate just a little bit. Okay, we know that we don't want to lock our knees down, but at the same time, we want to feel this handle drawing us forward. Okay, can't stress it enough how with this machine, the more that we can be in synergy with it and in that relationship with it, the less we have to do. Okay, hence the whole, we do this and then we feel like we've got to pull ourselves forward because we haven't created this body movement, whatever. We're using energy for nothing. It's not going into this, it's going into us. It's wearing us down, right? And slowing us from our potential. Okay. So as we keep this motion, every stroke, just feel a little bit more of this compression coming forward. Okay. Nice. And remember, nice elastic arm, feeling that hang, trying to not feel too much tension up in the traps to the, you know, up around the ears. Okay. And now start to, this last minute or so here, we'll start to bring it all together. Continuous motion. Even now, think about purposely take a breath in on the drive. Okay, remembering that if you're having to go, you know, we can't. If we can't be like, okay, means that we're probably creating too much tension through the body, rather than having the hang tension and the stability. Okay, nice. Right, couple more. Boom. Easy game. Okay. So quite simple. Okay, we start the first one, just 5 minutes at 20. Real good. Okay. We're going to chuck it up 2 numbers, right? Remembering that 15 is roughly a number. Okay. I use drag setting numbers, even though we can only do this, unless you're using your erg data or something, right? And then you'll actually get the number. But remember, it's within a range. Okay. I want to have a reasonably significant change here. Then we do exactly the same with another change. Okay. So we'll go 2 numbers for the first, after the first set. We'll go 1 number after the second set. Okay, then we'll keep it here as a change for the 4th set, where we'll just go 3 minutes at 22. So we've got the majority of this workout's around 22. Okay, not super high, enough that we're going to feel a little bit of movement, but at the same time that the flywheel's slowing just enough that we're going to have to think about the pickup and the press. Okay, if we were at 24 for most of it, I think we're moving just a bit quick. Okay, so but at the same time, I feel if we go 20 and we start getting up to here, we're down pretty much, be pretty heavy. Okay, so there's no change on that one. The second to last one will go up 1 more, right? So effectively, you're going up 4 numbers today from where you start. Okay, that's it. So if you're on 5, you'll end up on 9. Whatever, cool. Okay, and then the last one, we'll just take it off. We go back to where we are now. We'll just do a 2-2-1, 22, 24, 26. Okay, and we'll just feel the rhythm, right? And you'll feel that extra speed. It'll be like, oh, mate, this is great. Okay, and we'll try and push the acceleration towards the last part of this. Okay, and we're going to feel real good. Okay, right. Let's rock and roll. Select workout, new workout, intervals time. Okay, whip that up to 5 minutes, and we'll just have a 1 minute rest. Okay, probably about right. Could be relatively easy through here, up here, whatever. Me feeling a little bit more, but that's okay. Leave that flashing, give you 5 seconds. So 5 minute set time, 1 minute rest time. Ready to go. Let's press that check box. Okay, have the numbers on screen that you want. If you want to use the force curve, great. Okay, remember, look at trends. Even with our numbers, we look at a trend. Don't look at it from stroke to stroke as much as we probably do, because you change things, it jumps from this to this to this to this. Every stroke, you're like, Jesus, I can't keep it consistent. But you're right there. Okay, so think about the trend. Right, here we go. Nice, 5 minutes at 20. Are you ready? Row. I think this really nice, relaxed rhythm to start. To feel this motion over this first 30 seconds, compress out the length, getting the feet moving. Oh, there it is. Lovely. And now let's just settle into this really relaxed motion. Okay? Try and hold these arms long. As we feel the pressure in the feet, holding that firmness on the sole as the legs push down, and we can feel that body coming through with it, okay? Lovely. And so take a moment here to feel the difference between the drive and the recovery. Okay, we can feel our body, legs, having to press and use energy. Energy on the drive. Relaxation on the recovery. Okay? Keeping this handle nice and on a reasonable plane. And remember, be smooth. Smooth with the hands. Okay? Have a goal with yourself to see if you can feel this handle traveling at one speed. Don't even look at it, right? From here, one speed to the front, okay? The handle doesn't need to change speed and be quick here, slow here, and quick here. One speed, okay? And do it while you're feeling the pressure of the handle drawing you backwards, okay? You can feel it in the fingertips. If we're too clenched like this, right, like this, what happens is we stop it because of the tension in our forearms doesn't allow for us to feel the pressure against the fingers, okay? So there. Just roll forward. Let that body stop us at the front. And press. Roll. Right. You feel that natural compression here. You don't have to reach for anymore. Roll, push, roll, push and swing, okay? Remember that breathing again. Remember that chain. It has to take time to accelerate. The lawnmower philosophy, okay? We can't just bang out of the front. We have to increase that speed, okay? With all those firing sequences, okay? Lovely. Okay, nice hang here. Continuous motion. Patient. Right. So nice and simple, okay? The whole idea, be like, we're all going to be puffing, right? We're all like, yeah, I'll do a bit of work there. How do we feel with our composure? Okay? You feel like you could feel this chain, like even now, right? You take one hand off, and the thing just twists to the side because there's that much trying to pull us back. And remember, if you don't feel like this thing's going to work back that way if you let it go, your new bungee, it'll change your life, right? So on this, use that inertia. Okay, we better just change our thing at the side. Okay, couple of numbers. See straight away. Here we go, 22 now. So straight away, feel like you can feel that hang under the armpit, down into the lats. Try not to feel it here, okay? Or here. You may feel a little bit coming like across the lat down into the pec slightly, okay? But that's because the lat muscle and the connection around through the rib cage. But we don't want to feel it up here. If we do this, okay, we're just a bit tense. Okay, if we feel it in the arms, we're holding on too hard. I show that and then my rating just goes all whack. Okay? But remember, we're at 22. So feel that press. And then because we have to feel a bit more of a draw here, feel the inertia and momentum around the finish. Good. And feel that connection points again. Hands, feet, see. Feel the ball to the feet, pushing us back. Nice. Going through momentum. Because we've got this drag factor up, you should be able to feel that resistance through all the parts of the stroke. Okay, as we sequence it through. That extra resistance, holding the body in shape and form. Okay, and remember, Can you still take a breath? Or if we tensed up too much, that we're blocking our upper body from being able to move, hang, feeling that rhythm. Okay, so feel the sequence as we drive that armpit hang, open the mouth. Okay, really good. Patience. One speed on this recovery, okay? As we used to call it dropping into the front, right? Very similar, being on the water, is that you're just dropping in, right? Rolling in, gliding in, okay? And it's just one speed, body, compression and elasticity. Hold us as we reach that front, that patient turnaround. Ah. Good. Okay. So, nice deep breaths. Keep moving. Okay, so we're going up another number here, okay? Basically doing the same thing. So feel the difference now, and the ratio changes, okay? Gonna feel, I don't like using the term, but slightly labored, right? Through here, it's just, but it's a resisted press, okay? Remember that. And then we create this motion forward. We've got to be loose, relaxed. Otherwise, we will try and overwork it. Okay, here we go. 22. Remember, be loose, stay elastic. Don't start off by heavy. I better try and use the body a bit more. Okay, hold. Every stroke is that resisted press. And keep the hang. Okay, keep the breathing. I really almost feel, if we can get to the point, what almost feels like is that your arms want to sort of pull out of the socket, right? But the lat, other muscles are hanging and holding that pressure, okay? We get the hang right, it almost feels slightly disjointed as we come into the finish, because we're like, shit, I don't even have really any strength in my arms or hands because I've hung, right? Whereas if we grab, we sort of feel right through with that finish, right? Whereas if we have the hang, we nearly feel like the leg all the way down, and we're like, shit, my arms are still out long. Okay. And then they come to us with the acceleration. Okay. That's the hang feeling. Okay, so feel the rhythm, feel the glide, press, pressure on the feet. We have that nice elastic stretch in the ankles, calves, Achilles. And as we reach that turnaround, we're patient, lawnmower, okay? Through the drive. Ah, lovely. Patient. Breathing. We want to feel like we're working, but remember, try not to feel like we're too tense with holding our hands, trying to be too tense in the body. We can be stable and have good structure without being super like tense. Okay. Feel this rhythm. Remember, it's a rhythm, it's a flow, it's a sequence. Okay. When we're pressing this body backwards, hey, I feel that acceleration of the flywheel. Listen to it. Smooth through the entire stroke. Okay. Overlap the pressures. Right, real good. Hey, lovely. Nice and patient. Got a good press. Hey, we're sitting back through the stroke. Okay, a lot of those analogies, right? Think about what it means. You know, this motion of the the lawnmower, right? We have to increase this handle speed throughout the period. Okay, while using the hand through. Okay, we can't just go and try and have it going from 100 straight away. Doesn't work. Okay, so no change here. 3 minutes at 22. Now, we'll just be elastic here to start. And onto our rating, our length. Hey, real good. Smooth. I feel that yourself. Does it feel like your handle, once you've got this take up around the front, have a look at it. Does it feel like it just starts to come back at you a little bit quicker? Okay, that's acceleration of the handle. And if we have the hang right, body coming through the motion, the handle is what gives us the feedback, okay? Because the handle is what is connected between us and the machine. And it can tell a lot about how we're moving, how we're creating. Okay? Too much difference in speed, not quite getting the sequence right. Okay? Going up and down, not quite getting a smooth plane to work on. Okay? Okay, focus this next minute as we glide forward. Remember this inertia, the sequence around the back, hands leading, bringing that body forward. Need to get it past sort of perpendicular. And then we feel left on the foot straps. And then pressure starting to load back onto the feet. Okay? So changing up 2, we're going to have to give it a little bit more. This one. Now, think about accelerating it more, not just starting to work significantly harder. The hand speed around the finish. Back onto this looseness, suppleness with the knees. Good. Elastic. Feel that compression. And you should be able to breathe. Now, grab the socket. Hang under the armpits. Down into the lats. Hold the stability as we sequence the stroke. Yeah. Real good. Now open the mouth. Hang with me. Okay? Real good. Nice and composed. Okay, we're working. Okay? That extra resistance, as I said, is a really great way to be able to build our strength and our stroke style, okay? And the way that we are and holding ourselves, okay? And getting into here, and that resistance to hold ourselves out. Okay, and hang, feel it through the drive. We have to have that stability. Right, bang, up to 9. There we go. Okay, 2 minutes at 22. Okay. So really think about this now, because it is going to feel heavy. Okay, that resistance is kicking in. So we will have to feel more of the draw with the handles around the finish. Yeah. So through the drive, we have to hold that body. We have to press, letting those legs driven down with the quads, using the glutes and hammies. Okay. And you'll feel it. It feels slow. The handle doesn't have that zing on it. Come into the body. Don't worry about that. That's the feeling. But release the tension from the upper body, from the arms, from up in the traps. Okay. Hey. Very good. Feel that push. Hold the body. Push away. Okay. 3 minutes. 24. That's one. Now. Okay, increase that speed. Try and make sure we do feel relaxed as much as possible on the recovery. Remember, we're sitting into the front. So just before the catch, we're body posture. Elasticity. Yeah. Real good. Okay. Feel the press of the body. The last one was resistance here. Bang. Feel this handle coming to us with the body swing. One, motion through the drive. To keep it relaxed in the body. Should be able to feel this draw. The handles back. Holding the pressure. Okay. Hold this last minute. Breathe. Smooth take up. And drive through. Yeah. Patience. Good. Nice. You ripper. Okay. Great work. I suggest you see how such a noticeable contrast, which we're by having that drag factor up. Okay. And you can see it in this here, right? Plain and obvious that you've made your own assessment of what you feel like your drag factor could be, okay, for your own personal like goals and ambitions, right, and your own personal training. So bring it back to where we started. Okay, now 22. This is going to feel super fast. Okay, let's just find the rating first. Don't worry too much about the split on screen to start, because they will be slower. Okay, and then we can slowly feel the rhythm. We can feel how much more acceleration through that drive we've got now. If we keep the arms long, we really can feel them come to us at the finish. Rush the body. Okay? Now we can feel that acceleration. Now we're starting to get our speed. Okay? Because the flywheel's not dying as we come into the front, now our focus is on the pickup. Okay? Rolling in. Small take up. And drive. Yeah. And feel the sequence. Leave, drive the body open. Good. Real good. Okay, free it up again. 24 now. And speed around the finish. Remember, roll it in the hand. Handle. Good. Patient. One rhythm. Okay. And right. Feel it. Okay. Hold our composure. Good. Yeah. Right, look, one more change. Remember, tap the flywheel, get it up to speed, maintain it. Here we go. Now, with the hands. Yeah. Right, now sit in this rhythm. Long, elastic, hang. Maintain the speed of the flywheel. Okay? Hold what we've got, but make it efficient. Breathe. Relax the arm. Drive the body open. Maintain. Okay? Real good. Love it. Okay? Really lovely. Okay, we didn't have to sprint. That last part, it's all about holding what we create. Okay? We create something. We want to use the energy to hold it there. Okay? We don't want to be using energy to try and make it go faster. Okay? Sometimes, yes, if we're working on things, you're like, shit, the speed is dropping, then yes, we may have to just give it a little bit more. Okay? But if we do that, and we go straight back to doing what we were thinking, which was maintaining what we've created. Okay? So just press your menu a couple of times, save that into the memory. Another one for the memory bank. Okay, real good. Take our time here. Okay? Roll, breathe. Really now, come with me and just do 2 fingers. Okay? 2 fingers on the handle. All we have to do is just roll up, and whatever we can hang on with our body weight and our press, perfect. Okay? Very good. Breathe. Right. And now let's start thinking. Let's bring 3 fingers back onto the back onto the handle. Okay, you can even tuck that under one, your little pinky underneath. Now let's just start getting a little bit more compression. Okay. Just still remembering that the legs are just going down with speed of our body weight coming back. Okay, now let's go back to all the fingers on. Now breathe. Think about this body motion. Punish. Let the hands lead us away. Face upper knees. Bringing this body forward. Okay, this pivot, this hinge in the hips. We're going to be careful with this hinge because if we just think about it hinging, what happens is we do this. Okay, and that's that motion of mechanicalism. Is that a fucking word? No. Whereas we want to be able to pivot, but also mold it into these knees topping up. Okay, so see the difference between getting that, like that. I'll do that again. And being supple. Okay. We don't have to be set here to hold that. Okay. Fallacy. We want to be setting so that by here we're just pretty much ready, okay? We don't have to be like, I'm set, hold, bang. Too rigid, it's too stiff. But if we can get this motion to here, and then as we're coming in, this compression of the body, hold just into there, right? Because if we're stiff here, we go there, we're stiff into the front, okay? Whereas we can be 90 to 95% here like this. I've got flexibility in my arms, I've got flexibility in my knees, and then the body, this last part just rolls in like this, rolls in. And if these arms just have a little bit more elasticity, that's not reaching, okay? That's reaching. We want to be able to come in, hold, and be like, oh, yeah, I can feel that seat is coming right up to my heels, and it's stopping because my body won't allow it to go any further, okay? So let's just do 10 strokes here. Just a little bit of pressure, smooth. Think about this chain being really flat, trying to eliminate too much bounce, okay? Bounce is vibration, patient, letting it suck us back into the housing. Couple more. Boom. Okay, simple as she goes. Okay, real good. Really, really good. I'll just admire my form, or else I'll critique it, one or the other, just how it goes. So power strokes, love them, hate them, whatever. I think they're such a valuable asset to anyone's program, okay? Because if you look at what we did through all of this, the focus is still on the form, right? But it's in the form as we add that resistance, okay? It's no different than people training for ultra marathons or running, and they're like, or even let's say CrossFit and stuff. Oh, let's wear a backpack with weights on it, right? It's just resistance. It's something that's like making it harder, okay? But because of this, if we use that resistance in a good frame and a good shape and good structure, we can really use that to make ourselves better, right? By understanding that when the resistance increases, right, we need to develop our muscles in our body still in that hang position, right? The moment we start doing this, and I find myself all the time, you know, and hence why most of the time when I say something like, you know, relax your shoulders or whatever, it's because I'll check and I'll be like, oh, I actually felt like I was a little bit tight there. Okay. And so that's why when you're going through all these things, we're trying to get ourselves into a really nice shape, into that frame that we're after, right? But then using that resistance with that little bit more stability in the body, the core, the back, right? Whatever. But we're doing it in a really nice way that develops that for us. Okay. Hence why doing power strokes at high rate and stuff like that, there's a time and a place for it. But as you say, we have to build up to it, right? And with this as well, we build up to things, right? So we're not just going to go 9. We ain't just going to chuck it up 60 drags straight away, right? It's silly. I feel like you have to come through this. Now, what we could have done is gone up 30, maybe 30 again, maybe, right? But you got to let that body feel what's actually happening, right? And this is it's no different if you're doing a warm up for anything. You have to warm up to get the body into a position. You ain't just going to walk outside and do a 100-meter sprint, right? Fucking apart from the fact I probably blow out my knees or my quads or my fucking pop a hammy. You've got to work into it. You've got to work up to it. And we've done that, right? So when we get up into this is the money, right? We've been holding the form. We've got 15 minutes under the belt. We're sweating, we're holding, and then we can hold, and then we can really nail it towards that last part. Okay. And what you could do in this, right? You could take this out to 40 minutes. This could be 8, but you could just go 15, 15, 15, no change, 15, no change, 15, no change, bang. Right? Easy. Done. and it's just adding that little bit of resistance, which helps you hold that form. And that resistance really does help you hold that form. Okay. John, really helps develop my stroke. Favorite. Awesome. Exactly what we're here for. You cheated us out of 30 seconds on the rest board. Oh, shit, I did too. My bad. I'll get that off. 60. Okay. Yeah, I'll take that one. I'll take that one, Robro. I'll take that one. Thanks for picking that up. Suck it up, Buttercup. Love it, William. Real good. Thanks for another good one. Rich, thank you. How many workouts should someone do in a week? I know everyone is different, but how many per week is too many? I was working out every day, but I found I was burning out, Rich. Now that's a very specific question because, like, what are you trying to like? You need a rest day. Okay, my opinion, from my experience and from what I've seen with a lot of programs and a lot of people, there's this sort of 2.5 day method, right? And I'll use it in a calendar week. Monday 2 sessions, Tuesday 2 sessions, Wednesday finish whatever you've done by lunchtime. Thursday, don't really start until, or maybe do it later in the morning or do it in the afternoon. That's on Thursday. Friday 2 sessions, Saturday 2 sessions. Try and finish it early afternoon, Sunday off, right? So you're effectively trying to get 2 days, well, you're getting like 3/4 of a day off from the Wednesday through till Thursday, and then from Saturday through to Monday, you've got quite a good break. Okay. Now, if it's just you being social and you're doing one thing a day, I would still I'd still have a day off. Okay. A day off. And then just dictate the other part of it as well, Rich, is it's like, what are you doing? So in my, and I'm just going to use this from a rowing point of view, from what I did and what I found worked, obviously worked because it's fucking good at it. Was that Monday's quite an endurance, maybe some tempo stuff. Tuesday is tempo more or endurance. So you can cross those 2 days over. And then on the Wednesday, it's intensive, right? High intensity. Okay. Then the Thursday's specifically endurance, right? Or just training. And then the Friday, we used to do some power strokes and stuff in the morning, so a bit more resistance stuff. And then endurance tempo work in the afternoon. And then the Saturday, high intensity. Okay. And those high intensities can be short stuff or long and high intensity, right? Which could be 45-minute, just ramping it up, or it could be 20-minute pieces that are going right to level, or it could be a 5K race or whatever, or it could be, 10 3-minute pieces or whatever at high intensity. So stuff that's really, really going to work you. And because you do that high intensity, then what happens is if you can finish that by Wednesday lunchtime, in my way, then I had until Thursday mid-morning to have a break, recovery, right? And then on the Saturday, very similar. Saturday morning, bash it out. Saturday mid-morning, we'd go for like a longer endurance training session, just heart rate, nice, solid, easy stuff. And then we'd have all the way off until Monday morning. Okay. Because recovery is the key. So your problem was probably limited recovery. So that's what I would think. Okay. Right. Enough chirping in the chat is done. I've got to get off. I've got a demo crew coming in today to my house. Hence demo crew being me with a few scars already. We'll wrap up a few more scars on this journey. But take away some good stuff from today. Okay, good workout, good solid intensity, really good on focusing on that frame, that shape, the resistance that we're trying to get. Okay, take that into doing what you're doing. Okay, feel that rhythm, feel this flywheel. Remember, we can't make it go 100% from the front. We have to create that momentum. Okay. Think about it when I say it, right? I don't say create the momentum. I say create the momentum, because that piece through the middle is where you're like, you can hear it in the stroke, right? Sometimes we need to not have our headphones in and we need to listen to this machine, and you'll hear it go, right? And that piece through that middle is the highest sounding piece of the flywheel. And then it comes off the other side. You can actually hear it starting to slow down. Okay, because once we've got that legs and body into there, which is this middle part, which is if you see the force curve, that's when the machine sounds the loudest. Okay, and we have to understand that we can't make it look like the theoretical force box, which is straight up, hold, straight off. It has to have this bell to it, right? Has to have this hemisphere. Now, whether it's a front-ended, back-ended, who gives a shit, right? But if it's a smooth curve, it could be like, ooh, or it could be like, ooh, which is more of a back-ended one, or woof, right? Listen to it sometimes, because the feedback that you get from the machine, the feedback that you get from your body and your hand and your tensions and whether the handle's moving, whether it's moving at pace, whether it's not moving at pace, same speed forward, same speed, whatever. Those are the things that you need to look at. And too often on the stroke is that we think about it as work hard and then we'll set ourselves up for the next one, right? But this whole rhythm that we get like this needs to be in conjunction both ways. Okay. If we don't get this right, or we like slow and then thing, we're never going to get this feeling right. And that's why you'll always hear me talking about one speed forward. Okay. Open it out, one speed forward, open it out. No different than running. You don't, well, you do see some people and it's like, is your right leg faster than your left leg? Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. No, right? There's a rhythm and a flow to how we're doing it. And if you can find that and you can keep working on that, then we keep this flywheel moving, we keep this machine going. Bang, Bob's your uncle. Okay, perfect. Right, I got to go, got to shoot. We're out of here. I'll be back with you guys later. Hopefully the setup's good. I'll try and check out the lighting. Might change a couple of things here and there, but this is going to suffice for a little while till we get this garage studio golf simulator bar set up. Did I say that out loud? It's going to be great. Okay. Thanks, team. Enjoy. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a good week. We'll see you back here next week. Peace out.